Hey everybody, welcome back to our next episode of the Ortiz Outtakes. You like that name that I came up with?
Yeah, the Ortiz Outtakes is good. I like that. So I'm going to be discussing how Deadpool, Loki, the Fantastic Four, and the Secret Wars is gonna. I have a theory on it, and there's so many theories out there, but that's what I'm gonna talk about. But it's so much that's going on with the Secret Wars and the Avengers. It's just a lot to talk about, but I'm just gonna trim off a lot of the fat and just kind of just hit because not everybody's seen all the shows Disney Plus and so it's a lot to connect. So and it's a lot to discuss, but I'm gonna try to do the best that I can. It's just I'm not gonna go into like deep dive or anything like that. I'm just gonna just go like I said, just cut off a lot of the fat.
Yeah, like make it easy to follow along.
Okay, guys, we're coming up on the Deadpool movie. Deadpool and Wolverine, I believe, is the title, and it's going to be coming out on July 26th. And there's a lot to discuss about it. The first thing before I get into it, let's just talk a little bit about the trailer. So it looks like in the beginning of the trailer, and it looks like it's gonna be like in the beginning of the movie actually, but in the trailer he's having a birthday party, but it doesn't seem like he's very, very happy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it
So
seems
something might have
off.
happened with him and his girlfriend, whether it was, maybe like a miscarriage or something. It just doesn't look very happy.
It seems off.
Yeah.
Like, I would say that since he's gonna, I know you're gonna get into it, but in the trailer we see that he gets shown around the TVA from Loki. So I'm thinking maybe like he was like kind of hiding out in his timeline and not doing what he needs to or what the TVA needs him to be doing.
Yeah, it kind of it does look off in that sense because, like I was saying, it looks kind of sad. It's like a sad birthday party. And it could be something along those lines, I guess. But what I'm like, I like my theory would be like, as far as that trailer is concerned, is because they also showed like he had a regular job, and then they showed his locker, and then his locker had a Deadpool uniform in it, and he was just working as a regular sales associate, I believe it is, a salesperson.
It
He has
reminds
a
me of the girl Loki in the series. She was working at McDonald's.
yeah, Sylvie,
Yeah,
right?
Sylvie.
So I'm thinking, and there is a theory out there, and I kind of agree, and I like the theory in which, when they tell him to blow a wish, blow the candle, and make a wish. I'm thinking that when he wished, it might have been that he wished to be in the MCU. You know,
That'll be. I mean, that's the only character that can do that.
right? And that's what I'm saying because of his fourth wall
Yeah,
breaking ability.
that'll be so funny.
So it was like I'm thinking, because I mean the movies is the movies and comics, right? So I'm thinking that he made a wish to be in the MCU, and it came true, and then it caused an incursion.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying? And then that's when they knock on the door,
and
and it's the TVA.
they're like, you had
So
to
it
do
was
it.
that it kind of like it kind of like was too coincidental.
Yeah,
And if you look at it, when they did knock on the door and it was a TVA, doesn't the TVA just make their own doors? You know what I mean?
yeah, they do. Well,
So
I
they
think
knock on the door?
they probably. Well, maybe they made their own door to his hallway
Well, maybe.
because he was having a birthday party. They know everything.
Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking, that maybe he might have caused an incursion. And I don't know if you noticed, but in the trailer, the TVA have a different uniform. They have different
Yeah.
armor. So I'm thinking that on that lines as far as the TVA is concerned, that there may be some sort of like a civil war within the TVA. You know,
I just like wonder where in time this is taking place.
so I'll get there. So the thing is, right? So I'm thinking that there is some sort of civil war going on within the TVA because they have a fella, his name is Paradox. So Paradox, Marvel picked him because in the comic books he only had one. He was only in the
Power?
comic book one time,
Oh,
you know, and he was part of the TVA. Paradox makes his first and only appearance in a She-Hulk comic book, in which something happened, in which they were on trial, and this, that, and the other. I won't get into that because you don't need to know that. But that's where they got Paradox from. So Paradox is talking to Deadpool in the trailer, but I don't know if you noticed, but in Loki, when they grabbed Loki for his misdeeds, they treated him like a criminal. They had a collar on his neck, they had an orange jumpsuit, and a lot of the times, I don't know if you ever noticed that in Marvel, they kind of do the lighting differently. Like,
this lighting tells a story.
yeah, the orange is when like Loki was,
Like in
treated like a
danger?
criminal. You know what I'm saying? And now, if you notice when they have Deadpool and he's talking casually with Paradox, there's a green light.
Usually in movies with the color story, like oranges and reds and like warm colors are like something bad is gonna happen or something bad is coming, or it's like not a really like good mood.
Yeah.
But like greens and blues is more of like a hero's color. When like people use lighting, it's always like for a reason.
And that part where Paradox is talking to him casually, and then I guess he brings him over to all those screens that you saw, in which you see the other Avengers fighting in Sokovia, and then you even have Deadpool accepting an award, something that he did, but they have him there. And he sees Captain America, and you see him saluting and whatnot. What he's being recruited is to help with the incursion. In order for him to do that, he goes to recruit more like a multiverse Avengers. You know what I'm saying? A multiverse Avengers team.
I see.
So that's where you get Wolverine. I even heard Elektra is going to be in it. And I won't even get into the different worlds like 616, 838. I won't. He's going to be picking people from the different timelines and different universes, and until he has his multiverse Avengers team.
So I think, in the, what is it, Doctor Strange movie, we went to different universes too, with the girl America, the superhero. And that was her power, basically, that she can jump through time.
Yeah.
So he's definitely going to get her, right?
I mean, she may make an appearance, but I mean, you have to look at it like this too. You can only have so many characters,
I think the MCU is okay having a bunch.
But I would think in like how they did the end game. When they did the end game, then they had everybody.
And then that was like such an epic moment.
Yeah. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about what's going to happen, because now you have Deadpool. Now he's creating his team. So I guess at one point, and they showed the different, like he's in a place that looks like Sokovia, and it's like winter time, and it looked like that was where the Avengers and the Ultron movie, it would look like that, the beginning of that movie, and I don't know what he's doing there, but he's fighting TVA. So that's what I was saying is like, I'm thinking there may be some sort of civil war there. And I don't know what part Paradox is playing. Is he a good guy or a bad guy? Because he could be, either or. We don't know that.
Was Paradox in any
No,
cartoons?
no, his first and only appearance was in that. So they have
In
free
in
reign.
a comic book?
That was it in the comic book, in the She-Hulk comic book. So that means Marvel could write whatever they want.
And
they
nobody can get mad.
Yeah, so we don't know. So then jump forward in the trailer, you see him fighting, and it looks like what the Void, where people were getting purged and they will go in there.
Yeah.
That's what that looks like. But my working theory is that in Secret Wars you have what all the superheroes and they wind up in what they call as Battle World. So I'm thinking that's probably what they're gonna try to do is make that Battle World. That'll be the Secret Wars actual movie, the end one.
Yeah, Battle World. You think they'll call it that?
They might Secret Wars, but the thing is that that's gonna be the last film for the phase. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's when Doctor Doom is gonna come out. For this movie, the main villain, it looks like it's gonna be Cassandra Nova. In the comic books, and they may change this for the movies, and I'm thinking that they will, but in the because it's a little bit weird in the comic books in that Cassandra Nova is Professor X's twin sister, but she's she winds up being the evil twin sister because
Like he was born with a twin or is a clone?
no, he was born with a twin. They were in the womb, and Professor X was so powerful that he tried to kill Cassandra Nova while they were in the womb, and which caused the miscarriage, and they thought that the other baby was dead, Cassandra Nova.
Yeah.
But she wasn't dead.
Cassandra Nova looks like she is going to be played by Emma Corrin, and it looks like her biggest roles are like in The Crown, and it says it's the My Policeman. That's like a movie with Harry Styles, but she is a British actor. And then there's I think a show called A Murder at the End of the World, an FX show that she starred in. So
Oh yeah.
she has good, like, those are all
credits.
good credits. And then she's going to be also in the new Nosferatu movie that they're making, which is cool. Vampires.
And she's very, very powerful.
Well, yes, Professor.
She's like Professor X, powerful, but she's evil. And in the comic books, she killed over 16 million mutants.
Oh my.
And on Genosha, that's where like the island where the mutants live, a lot of mutants. She killed everybody on that island. So she's like super evil. So we're gonna see, if they, because the thing is like when you have too many villains, just like remember Spider-Man 3, they had like
The old one?
Yeah.
Like Sandman, they had
the Venom, then they had
Was Venom in that one?
yeah.
And then was the Jamie Foxx?
Yeah, they had too many villains.
I'm like,
And they wrote it a little bit funny in the comic books in which, she grows like behind the walls and stuff like that. It's kind of weird. And she like transforms back into like she makes her own body again. So it's kind of weird. That's why I'm thinking that in the movie, they're going to probably look at making it more of a variant of Professor X.
oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Like Sylvie and Loki.
Like Sylvie and Loki. So that's what that's what I'm thinking is going to happen. Because, you don't want to, already the audience is like, man, I got to do all of this homework, to know, the different characters and this, that, and the other. And the multiverse is so, quantum realm and this, that, and, so it's a lot. So I'm thinking that the easiest thing for them to do is just make it a variant of Professor X.
Yes, because they've already been basically training us as an audience.
Yeah.
about variants with Doctor Strange, with Loki, big, the main one with Loki.
Yeah.
Because we've met many variants in that series of like the characters there. And then, I mean, it would make sense for me.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. I'm thinking just like, keep it simple, stupid,
Yeah.
And in the trailer they also show while they're in the void, they're in that place in which Deadpool, he's doing his super cool, you know, fighting maneuvers with the, reloading and this, that, and the other. Whoever he's fighting, they're in a they're in an area in which you can see the Fox logo, in stone, and that just goes. It's kind of like an Easter egg in which, you know, they're merging. Disney and Fox are now one, and they can
Yeah.
use the X-Men, and they could use all these extra characters and whatnot. So
I feel like Deadpool is the best. Like, they're lucky that they have Deadpool.
yeah,
Because if they didn't have Deadpool, then like they would be like stuck in a corner.
yeah.
But now they have Deadpool to be able to be like that cheeky character who's also powerful and really cool, to be able for the audience. Because if they just did it with any other like character and they don't like, and it wasn't like Deadpool who talks to us and was like, hey, look at what they let me do, then everybody would be like, this is lame. But when it just simply comes from Deadpool, people love fucking Deadpool. Like,
Yeah. I mean,
like he's the
only
best.
the only other character will be She-Hulk, but she did got a rough to start. But
Yeah.
in actuality, She-Hulk in the comic books she breaks the fourth wall more than Deadpool.
Yeah, she does it in the series too, and like, hopefully, I don't know. It would be cool to see her. I just like the idea of the Avengers and superheroes having a lawyer.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah. I mean,
Like, I
shit,
wish
you got
that it was
Dead-
a little bit better, so we can get more, because that's like SVU,
Yeah.
She-Hulk.
But you got
They
the
could have
Dead-
totally gave us that.
and Daredevil, Daredevil.
Yeah. So we need like a detective series, superheroes, but not like undercover superheroes. Like, they're just out, like She-Hulk.
So, as far as like the way that Loki is gonna tie into all of this, it may have something to do with whatever the TVA is going through right now with that
Yeah.
civil war. And then since Cassandra Nova is so powerful, she may cause something in which, Loki has to get involved. But what a lot of people don't realize, in the comic books, Loki as the god of stories. In actuality, if he's really the god of stories,
God of mischief. But now he's the god of stories because of the end, because he's like holding up all
because he's
the.
yeah. So that's what the word is, that he's the god of stories. But now, if he's really the god of stories, he is the second most powerful. Because he could make any story he wants. He could erase a story and make up a new story. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
He kind of has some more empathy now, though.
well, no, that's why he's there, because he's did that. He did that to hold the
To hold it all
multiverse together, to keep free will.
Yeah.
Because what Kang was is like, he was just strict. He was just cut
He was
off.
like, nope.
He'll just cut off the timeline. That's it. You guys are doing what I want you to do. But Loki, he put it all together, and he still has all of the time.
Yeah.
The multiverse is going. The universe. So he's very powerful, and that's what I'm saying. If they go by what the God of Stories really is, so I don't know how they're gonna incorporate that. So that right there, I don't have really any thoughts about it because it just depends on what happens in the Deadpool and Wolverine movie. Moving on, it could be it could be a lot of villains, but so right now we're kind of wondering which one of the villains is going to be. We already know Cassandra Nova is going to be in it. Um,
So
but
that's our
then you have
main villain.
Well,
Okay.
then, you still have Kang looming, and unless they recast him, they're gonna need to, change the storyline a little bit, unless they recast him. Then you're looking at, like I said, Cassandra Nova, Kang,
They're gonna replace.
and then you're looking at Doctor Doom, and
I feel like
if
we're only gonna get like if we get any hint of Doctor Doom, it's gonna be like a very.
I think it might be an end credit
It's,
in a movie in Deadpool.
it's gonna be an end credit, but it's gonna be like a poster in the back or a news scene in the back while we're watching something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's gonna
yeah.
be like one of those where we had to like pause it and shit.
So I'm thinking that I'm thinking that they probably will do an Easter egg when it or do an end credit with Doctor Doom, because I know 100% that he will be in the last movie.
Yeah.
So the thing is that with the Fantastic Four coming into the mix, you not
Yeah.
only have Doctor Doom, that is one of their main villains, but they also have a person named Annihilus.
Yeah.
So Annihilus is one of the Fantastic Four's, just like number two villain. There's Doctor Doom, they're Annihilus, and they coming from the negative zone.
So I think in the new Fantastic Four that we're getting, we got all the cast announcements like we talked about in our last episode, but we do not know who the villain is, and we don't have any casting things for their villain. And I don't think they should pick Doctor Doom, because I feel like it should be like, maybe comes an end or something, but like like you're saying, Doctor Doom is gonna have to be the one that puts all these Loki, Deadpool, and Fantastic Four together. So that's gonna be our what? Endgame or like Civil War or something like that.
Yeah, it'll be like
Like he has to be that villain for that one. So I don't think that we're gonna get Doctor Doom and Fantastic Four.
Yeah, because a lot of folks don't understand just how powerful Doctor Doom is, and he has the same abilities as Doctor Strange. So he also has, the mystic arts, of
He goes like,
yeah, he can do that as well. And a lot of people, because of the movie, and it's the movie's fault, because in the comic books they do portray his power, the way that it should be, but in the movies they don't give him enough, power, because he has the same power as Doctor Strange, and in the comic books, this movie, the Secret Wars and the way he becomes the ruler of Battle World is he gets it by defeating the Beyonders. Mm-hmm. So the Beyonders, he takes the Beyonders' powers, and then he creates Battle World, and now he's like the most powerful being in Battle World. And the way Battle World, of course, is created is all the timelines are gone. Mm-hmm. It's just one. All the universes are gone. They all collided. So it's all battle, and it's divided. The world is divided, and different factions. Run. Iron Man got his piece. Fantastic Four have their piece. And all it's like continents.
yeah.
But I won't get too much into that. But that's how the comic books do it at for the end on Secret Wars. You asked earlier about what time frame this is.
Oh yeah.
So
I feel like that's the
kinda-
most like thing that has turned so many people off
Yeah.
from the
'Cause it's
any
not-
superhero movies.
Because it's not the continuity is
Because
like
people who
bit,
have never seen any, they're like, oh, which one should I see? And then people are like, oh, I would start with this one and this one because it goes in order, or, you know. And then people are just so turned off by that, and they're like, nah, I'm good.
So when Paradox recruits Deadpool and Deadpool goes and starts putting together his team,
Yeah.
and you see him in what looks like is Sokovia, right? And he's fighting the other TVA agents there.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that from there he's actually like looking for the one of the heroes, and I'm thinking that he might be looking for the Hulk. And, and the thing is,
I
because
feel
the
like
Hulk,
everybody's always looking for the Hulk.
well, the reason that I think that is that since Wolverine is going to be in the movie, there's an epic battle in the comic books that Wolverine fights the Hulk, and he's not Professor Hulk. So that's why I'm thinking that it takes place like when the Age of Ultron, that's when he goes back in time.
Oh, so you think that it's going to go back in time?
Yeah, I'm thinking he goes back in time to look for the Hulk, because remember, after the Age of Ultron, Hulk disappeared for like 2 or 3 years, and he went to Ragnarok.
Yes, and then that's when Thor found him.
So he was gone for like that 3 years. So that's a 3-year period in which nobody knows what he was doing. And
Well, he was a superstar.
yeah, but
He was like an angry wrestler.
yeah, it was, but that's why I'm thinking that he gets him
Yeah.
while he is the old Hulk, and you know they put the team
Before
together,
he's like,
and then
Bruce
I guess
Banner.
at some point, you know, the Hulk and Wolverine are gonna fight.
well, I hope so.
I'm thinking at some point, because nobody wants to see the Professor Hulk fight Wolverine. You want to see
We want to see angry Hulk.
the angry Hulk, you know,
Yeah.
and that's how it is in the comic. So I'm thinking that they're gonna pay tribute to that. But,
Oh man, I can't wait to see Wolverine. I'm so excited, like, especially because it's gonna be Hugh Jackman.
yeah,
Like that is. They've been talking about it because, okay, Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman in real life are obviously, they're like best friends. So I imagine a lot of nights together, them just drinking and talking and, you know, spending holidays together, or Ryan like begging and like saying, what's your number? Because he said he was done with Logan.
Overall, I think that Deadpool is just kind of like doing what Loki did with the multiverses, you know, like putting everything into perspective, or like lining them up, you know. You know, he's putting together his multiverse
Super team.
Avenger team, and you know, along the way, I guess, you know, he'll probably have to fix an incursion or try to. I think that's what this next movie is gonna be about. It's just kind of like putting dots together, since he can break the fourth wall, and he can actually, you know, do things to set up the next movie. You know, but I hope it doesn't try to do too much and confuse the audience.
Well, I know no matter what, that is gonna be fun. It's gonna be gory. And that's all I care about. Because Deadpool's always rated R. And so that was like the cool thing about when we had Wolverine and Logan, the movie, that they made it rated R so we could see the real shit of what Wolverine can do. He can chop off heads, chop off limbs. You know what I'm saying?
Did you see that when one of the jokes when the TVA knocked on his door and he came out, he says, and they took out the wands,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And he says, hey, what he says? He says something about pegging. He says, I'm not new to pegging, but now
Exactly.
Disney might have an issue with it or something
Oh
like
my
that.
gosh, I didn't even think about that.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Is that supposed to be scary? Pegging isn't new for me, friendo, but it is for Disney.
It's not like these kids that they like, even animation movies that are made for kids, you know, when you're watching them, you're just like, that is an adult joke.
Yeah.
So Disney's not new to it.
But
so.
it was in the trailer on TV.
But that's Deadpool. That's what I'm saying. That's why there's like people who are not even MCU fans, but they're just only Deadpool fans.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that Deadpool movies have to do. Like, they have to make sense within only the Deadpool universe, because there's people who are only watching Deadpool and not anything else.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So basically, like, it's going to connect for all of us who watch everything, but it's going to make sure that they make sense in just a Deadpool timeline.
Mm-hmm.
So that's hard. I'm glad I'm not writing those.
It is. And then, you see, you look at, okay, so now you got to see Disney Plus to watch Loki.
Yeah, and you know how many people who, like me, I'm just like, sign me up, like, because I love it. But there's so many people where I'm just like talking, and maybe it's just because I'm just being boring. But you can just see, if I talk about MCU stuff, you just see them,
like,
the glaze over their eyes, and they're just like, yeah, I stopped watching it after, and they be saying like Iron Man 2 or some shit.
Damn.
I'm like, damn. So honestly, I don't even like talking to them, because they like, catch up. It's pop culture.
Yeah, it is. But then you see shows like Echo, and then it's like, what the hell does this have to do with anything? And
Well, I know we were off camera when we talked about this. Our last episode, Echo is the first Marvel show that's under a new production company. And basically this production company, I think that they did this for this reason, like made it this specific production company, and like Echo's the first one where you don't have to watch anything else to understand Echo.
Yeah, because they
So
did.
it's not that it's not canon. It's just not necessary to the phase that we're in.
Well, yeah, it's true, but it is canon though. But
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like the normal person, not like us nerds, right?
They're probably like,
they were
Echo.
like, I gotta watch that too,
Yeah, and they're like, I'm out, like, you know.
And I have a statement. So if anybody out there seen Echo, right, and you was an adopted child of the Kingpin is already, and you're missing a leg.
And the Kingpin is the bad guy
in Daredevil.
And Spider-Man. And then also in the new Hawkeye show, where it was like the girl Hawkeye.
Yeah.
He's also the villain in that, if y'all watched it.
Yeah. So my thing is like, if this is my new adopted parent and I'm missing a leg, and this is like, the girl was like 6 years old or whatever. And then, he takes her under the wing, whatever. Then years pass, now she's a full-grown adult, but she still has the same pogo leg, like a pogo stick leg. I'm like, to me, I'll be like, yo, aren't you the Kingpin? I'm like, yo, where the fuck is my damn Winter Soldier leg and shit? I need you the Kingpin, I need a Winter Soldier leg.
That's hilarious.
Anyway, that's what I think about that.
So yeah, that's all that we have for this episode.
So we'll see you guys in about 2 weeks. We're gonna get some information together, and our next podcast, we're gonna have something brand new. But yeah, in about 2 weeks. So if you want us to talk about anything in particular, feel free to comment, like and subscribe. And maybe if you have a theory of your own as far as the Deadpool, go ahead and put it out. I sure like to hear a different theory. I've been seeing so many theories online. Maybe if you have a good one, put it on our comments.
Yep. And then thanks for tuning in to the Ortiz Outtakes, and we'll be coming back to you soon.
All right, peace.
Bye.